everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, July 28th. So glad to have you with us. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. We got all of the messages from y'all yesterday. We missed you too, I know, but you know, that was a well-deserving memorial service that we saw yesterday.
Yeah,
and
Congressman John Lewis.
Yes, absolutely. It was emotional, but we missed y'all. And we saw all the messages that you sent to us.
And in case you were wondering, we were here watching, you know, the processional of his casket being moved into the rotunda of the United States Capitol. That aerial shot, just looking down on the casket and having all of the folks around, was a really beautiful thing. But we were here at the desk the entire time. Every once in a while, I'll get messages from someone saying like, oh, how great, you guys had a day off.
Yeah, no.
We're here waiting, and our guests who we had planned for yesterday's show also waiting at home on Zoom. So don't worry, everyone who we had scheduled to appear on yesterday's show, you will see either this week or next week or whenever we can air them.
Absolutely, but we were here. We were watching it right along with you, and oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say another memorial. We cannot not mention the passing of Regis Philbin.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. You know, so many great stories. And let's just say, this man, truly an icon for us in the TV world, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and a pioneer, too, because what Regis did alongside Kathy Lee Gifford there, they really did change the dynamic of daytime television, and they did things on their show, and they had conversations on their show. Not that I'm comparing our dynamic to theirs at all, because they are true legends. They can never be replaced. But I do think they sort of paved the way for people to have honest, real, fun conversations on daytime television.
And you and I were chatting about this, and you saw the great piece that they aired on the Today Show. And there's been so many pieces that have aired now. Even you just saw an extra right before our show. Billy Bush was talking about meeting him the first time and interviewing him. But there was so much not scripted, and that was the magic, the secret sauce between him and Kathy Lee that allowed them to just have that unscripted conversation.
Yeah, and it's also rare to have a job. First of all, it's rare to work in television, but it's also really rare to have a job like this. I've never had a job like this before.
Never.
People are always stunned when they find out my background was hard news. I was covering hard news. I mean, there was nothing light about what I did before Houston Life. I rarely covered entertainment unless it was a big event like the Oscars. But I feel like...
What now? No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Your dog, Oscar.
Oh, that's what I thought,
the Academy Awards. But what Kathy Lee said on the Today Show yesterday really stuck with me, because when Houston Life first started, we were told that nobody cared what we had for dinner. No one cared what we did the night before or what we did over the weekend. And for those of you who used to watch Houston Life back in the beginning, we would open the show and we were off to the races. So it was like, welcome to Houston Life. Today, cooking. Go ahead, chef, and let's go. The moment the show started, we were head first into a segment, whether it was relationships or cooking or fashion or DIY or sports or whatever. And Kathy Lee said the same thing. In the beginning, their show started and they immediately went into a segment. And they didn't really see anything change with their show until they started talking and then talking and continuing to talk until that first segment got to be 23 minutes.
Yeah, which is really amazing. And I have to say, so it's sort of like they took sort of the nighttime television platform and shifted to daytime. Because of course, nighttime TV, when you see Jimmy Fallon and the likes of those shows, they begin with a monologue. This is what happened today, and allows you to kind of joke and have that free fall. You know, you get to see the host of the show. That never really happened during the daytime at all. They were truly the pioneer on that.
Yeah, and until that show happened, it would have been unheard of just to go live and not have a plan.
I know.
But that's what they did, and they did it so well. It's such a huge loss to have Regis no longer with us. 88 years old. He died on Friday night, survived by his wife, Joy. And he also holds that Guinness Book of World Records record for having like 17,000 hours of television.
Right. Right, unbelievable, unbelievable. And I always, you know, his voice is always in my head, you know, when he was sort of self-deprecating too. You know, he'd make fun of himself and, you know, laugh along with everybody. And he just, one of those guys that they broke the mold when they made him.
They certainly did. For many years, I had a friend who was a panelist on The View, Lisa Ling, and I happened to be at The View in the audience the day Kathy Lee and Regis split, and it was her last show on Live, and she came straight over to The View right after that. And I remember, it's just, you know, I didn't meet her that day, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, she is larger than life, and this is such truly the end of an era when they stopped being live together every single day. You know, I'm a huge Kathy Lee Gifford fan.
Oh, yeah. I love her, too.
And it was great to see her come back around and create this new relationship with Hoda.
Absolutely. And by the way, she was too, like, you know, you think of the working mom and where we are today with talking about homeschooling our kids and how do we get from point A to point B. When, you know, she got so much backlash talking about her children.
Cody and Cass.
In the
Cassidy,
beginning,
yeah.
You know, it was sort of, you know, oh, another woman talking about her kids. And
Yeah.
so she ignored it and still, this is my life. This is what I'm dealing with. And you know, she took the criticism with her head held high, and then look at everybody following her, you know, and them, what they made.
Yeah. And talking about being a working mom, talking about her faith, and she's such a faithful woman.
Very strong.
I really applaud her for being such an open book, and I'm always surprised. We've touched on this on our show many times about women hating other women, and Kathy Lee Gifford for many years, all you have to do is, if you follow the Today Show or even Kathy Lee, just look at some of those comments.
Yeah, they're nasty.
And oh my goodness, she has been on the receiving end of some terrible, terrible things. And I hope that at some point, whether it's 2020, I mean, this seems to be the year when we're having a wake-up call on a lot of things. Women embracing other women and supporting them, I think, is long overdue. And we talk about women not getting paid the same amount as men get paid for doing the same jobs. We talk about all the barriers that women still face. Let's not have one of those barriers be other women, cutting down other women. That to me is this strange, strange irony.
Absolutely. And this is so true when we talk about female athletes. When you talk about the professional soccer players and look at the salary, take-home salary difference between globally the men, we're talking about Messi and these, you know, record holders when it comes to checks that they are bringing home, to women soccer players, it's
not even close.
It's not even
close.
Not
even on the same
Not
planet.
even on the same page. And this is so crazy. I don't know if I'm sure you saw all the black and white photos yesterday.
Will you explain this challenge?
So it was, I don't really know where it originated, but it was, you would nominate someone. You'd post a photo of yourself
on Instagram
or social media, change it to black and white, and it was basically the hashtag women supporting women. And Rachel McNeil, Rona Samuels with Armani Beauty, they both tagged me in this, and you know, it warmed my heart to wake up in the morning to see this empowerment happening. And it's all about exactly what you're saying, women supporting women. There's space for everyone here, and we take away things from our friends and from our tribe, right? It takes a village, and we know that. But it was so empowering to see all of these women in my feed, people I know, people I don't know, and getting the inspiration to say, you know what, yeah, I am a strong woman. I'm barely making it. And this is a photo of me today, and I'm posting this because someone nominated me to do that, and here's my tribe. This is who I'm nominating, because there are days where we are faking it till we make it, and that is man, woman, non-binary. We're all doing it, okay? I get it. But when women can support other women, whether it's business, beauty, whatever, you should do it. And you should pay somebody a compliment instead of lashing of the tongue. I think that that's really important. We've talked about that, the power of a positive word, the power of a smile, how that changes someone. And so you are absolutely right. Women breaking down other women should not be happening at all.
And it still does today.
Every day.
After all we've been through this year. And again, like Kathy Lee Gifford, I think, is such a great example. You're a great example of this. I mean, anyone who works in the public arena, especially on a daily basis, and disproportionately, women are affected by this. People who comment on your hair, your outfit, your body style, your body type. It's just this barrage of unnecessary feedback that you didn't ask for, that I didn't ask for. It's like, oh, wow, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you think I should change my hairstyle. What? And I hope that we can someday move past this. I'm realistic enough to believe that there are some people you can never, I don't know.
That's when you block them.
delete. That's what the block button is for. But sadly, the block button figuratively doesn't really exist for so many people because we have, oh my gosh, we just were chatting about this, the two of us yesterday. You know, I was always taught when I was younger, not necessarily by my mom, but just by my community and the way I was raised, that it didn't matter. It didn't matter that the adult was always right, that family members always took priority. And this is everything from, I don't mean just immediate family, but extended family, right? And once I became an adult, I realized, wait a minute, the older person is not always right. And just because your cousin is a family member does not mean you need to remain on the receiving end of their toxic behavior or their side conversations criticizing you.
Right.
And I think that, yeah, we only have one family. And for those of us who are close to our families, I am so glad that my mother is the one who raised me. And I have the sisters and brothers-in-law and nieces and nephews I have. But I can't necessarily say that about extended family. And, you know, I certainly don't feel that way about my father. I don't think that toxic relationships are worth holding on to on any level, whether they are a family member, a fan of the show who sends mean messages here and there, but mostly nice messages. Life is too short. Life is too short.
And we say that around, you know, friends too, where you feel like it's a, you know, maybe we keep them around because they are in the friend group
or because you were close friends with them in high school, but 20 years later, they're just sort of nasty to you.
Yeah, just, you know what, life is, like you just said, way too short. Surround yourself with those that make you feel good. Yeah, make you a better person.
And on Facebook, you know? I no longer just unfollow people. If someone is posting some outrageously nutty, divisive
we're cleaning
thing,
house.
That's a delete button right there. Because imagine you're out at a party and you meet this person and they seem like kind of a terrible person, but then they try to add you on Facebook and you're like, oh, well, they're friends with Courtney Zabala, so how bad can they really be?
No, don't want the association. You're the one that told me about that too.
Don't associate.
Yeah, I know, because everybody's searching, by the way. That's how everybody finds, oh, let me look that name up.
Oh, Brandon last night started seeing which political posts our friends were like liking and following on Instagram. That was eye-opening. Anyway, let's move on and not talk about that. We do have a really great show planned for you today. You're going to meet MARION DUBOSE, 2020 Baylor graduate, and get this, electric violinist. He is so talented, native Houstonian. His mission is to enlighten everyone's heart through his music, and he's got this really cool combo of classical and modern music. Looking forward to getting to know him a little bit better.
And we are talking about traveling through takeout. It's our series that we're spotlighting international cuisine from local restaurants. We can't travel, so why not travel the world via food, right? With the help of our very own Houston Life photographer, Paul Shelton, and associate producer, Olivia Kalanick. Today, we are kicking things off in Greece, the mother country, my people, with a local fave, Nico Nikos.
I always wished that I had been born part Greek.
It's a trip.
I think I'm like 1% Greek.
We'll claim you.
Okay, perfect. I'll take it. Okay, totally switching gears now. Last time we caught up with KPRC Channel 2 anchor Dominique Saxa. Her YouTube channel was just on the cusp of hitting the 1.2 million subscriber mark.
And by the way, that number is growing and growing and growing because she's putting out amazing lifestyle and beauty content over the last few months. We all need it. We all want to look like her, and more people have been spending time at home. My friend Dominique is joining us now live from her home. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hey, guys, Yasu Tikanis.
Oh.
It's the only Greek I know.
And what does that mean, Dominique?
There you go. It means hello, how are you?
Oh, well, better now that that you're joining us. And obviously our viewers...
Now we just need to throw plates.
Yeah, sopa.
Well, we just broke some backstage before the segment. So typically, Dominique, we see you later in the day right here on KPRC Channel 2. Of course, people, many of them subscribe to you on YouTube, 1.2 million. And I know coming up a little later on in the show, you're going to show us sort of step-by-step how to walk through these Zoom meetings, which months into COVID, it is remarkable. People still need all the help they can get. And by people, I need
me.
This guy right here, us. But before we get into all of that, how has life been at home?
Oh, you know, living the dream, guys. Working 7 months straight, no travel. It's awesome.
But for real, but you're doing, I mean, of course you're doing the news, and then you've got the YouTube. So you're so busy. And also, we need to talk about this on the air. You and I have chatted about this already. We both have Oscars in our lives.
Yeah. We do. Mine's a Wheaton. Yours is a mix, right?
Yes, a golden doodle. Mm-hmm. He's all wet there.
Fabulous.
That's after a bath.
Beauty.
Aw, there's my baby. You know what? And isn't Oscar such a great name? People tell me all the time, I love the name Oscar. Somehow it just fits for a dog. And I love the whole awards, you know, the winner connotation with it. They're winners.
Absolutely.
So besides the YouTube content, Dominique, that you are continuing to crank out even during this stay-at-home time, you are still working out, you're finding time to spend with a family and cook. Talk to us about how your routine has changed.
Well, I think it's important to be busy, productive, and to practice self-care throughout all of this. And that's one thing that I've heard so much from the women who follow me, is that they feel a little bit lost in the shuffle here, that their whole lives have been turned upside down. There's a lot of stress, frustration, anxiety that comes with all of this. And so my message is to always stay on point when it comes to routine and structure, and exercise is important, eating well is important, sleep is important, meditation, prayer, all of those things. You know, you don't want to lose yourself in a time when everything seems a little bit lost and out of place. So I think the more you can do to stay in routine, stay on point in terms of your work and what makes you happy is, to me, the most important thing. And so that's something that I practice, and it's a message that I try to put out there as well.
You know, I think it's great, too, in this crazy time, it's important for all of us to kind of find that routine, whether, you know, I know life can throw us all a curveball in these daily, you know, being at home all the time. But I think it's important. It obviously bodes well for you, too. But what I love about you, Dominique, is most of the time on Instagram or social media when I'm scrolling through, it's the pictures that I'm seeing and the clothes that I'm seeing are for 21-year-olds. And so there's sort of like the 21-year-old influencer. You bridge this gap of allowing us to still be beautiful, comfortable in our skin as we all get older. And I think just because we are of a certain age, we're in our 40s and beyond, doesn't mean we have to stop caring.
Not at all. Not at all. And it also doesn't mean that you have to put limits and restrictions around yourself either. I think it's important to dress yourself and style yourself in a way that reflects your personality. Who are you as a person, and how should that come out on the outside? There are women in their 40s and 50s who can wear jean shorts. There are women in their 40s and 50s who don't feel comfortable doing that. Authenticity, to me, is key, and not trying too hard either. There's this happy balance between understanding and knowing who you are, maybe wanting to stay on trend a little bit, but also having these underpinnings of sophistication and class. To me, that's a no-brainer. It'll keep you on trend and on point, and I think that's just a good rule of thumb to follow.
Very well said, Dee. Okay, so one of your most popular tutorials this season on YouTube, how to look and sound your best on Zoom. And after the break, you're going to show us step-by-step exactly how to do just that. Sound good?
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. Well, whether they are for work or to connect with friends, Zoom calls have become an important part of our lives nowadays, but not everybody knows how to shine in front of the camera.
And not everyone knows how to use the mute button, okay? I just put it out there. But if anyone does know how to look great, it's KPRC Channel 2 anchor and YouTuber Dominique Saxa. She's back now to help us look and sound our best on those video calls. And Dominique, okay, step one, it's all about sort of the eye level of the lens of your camera, right? Let's start there.
Yeah. Yes, guys. I mean, you know this too, being in television. A lot of these things are going to make sense to you. But the biggest mistake, and I'm just going to use my cell phone and we're going to pretend like it's a laptop computer. The biggest mistake is people will hold it below, or they'll place it on a on a tabletop, right? And so the camera, which is up here, is now shooting up at you.
Horrible
and
angle.
It makes you look like you've got this massive lower jaw and face. And if you're a guy and you haven't trimmed nose hairs, that could be a problem. So you don't want to be shot from underneath. You want to bring it up and make sure that it is at eye level. One of my favorite tricks is to stack a bunch of books, put the laptop on top of the books, and then make sure that your eye and the camera are matching perfectly.
Yeah, and you also want to look actually into the camera, not to the side.
Yes, and Courtney, right. I mean, that's the other issue, too, and it's tricky because as you're involved in a Zoom call, you're looking at the grid. You're looking at the Brady Bunch grid, and your eyes are just going everywhere, and you're following all the people, which is fine when you're listening. But when you're speaking to the group, you want to, again, look up at the camera. And so my favorite thing is just to put a little bit of a sticky tape or a little dot or something right by that camera, and it's a reminder of where my eye needs to be when I'm addressing the group. And again, this is just when you're speaking. When you're listening, you can look at everybody and let your eye wander a little bit.
That's a great little tip. I love the sticky idea. Okay, let's talk about sound.
Thanks.
This can be a problem. Sometimes we've been on these Zoom calls where I swear I cannot even hear the person speaking. Like the room is echoing or the camera's a mile away.
Yep.
So how do we overcome that hurdle?
Well, a big problem is the device is usually too far away. So if you're using the audio from your device, pull it in closer to you. Another great thing to do is Bluetooth. You can hook up Bluetooth to your laptop, and that way you're speaking through more of a professional microphone. And Derek, like you said, another issue could just be ambient noise in the background. So make sure that you're in a quiet room, in a quiet space. You don't have a television going off in the background or the vacuum cleaner or something. So pay attention to ambient noise. It can really drown you out when you're trying to conference.
And the other thing is about good lighting. I mean, good lighting can make or break you, as we know in television, okay? This happened to me today during our Zoom call for work because it started to get cloudy and I was by a window, and by the end of the Zoom call, I was totally in the dark. So I had to like move and turn the light on, but it was changing. When it started, it was a different story, but
Yes.
I need better lighting.
Yeah, Courtney, I am so glad you brought that up because obviously you want to position yourself by a window. That natural light in your face is key, but we've got clouds and rain, so your lighting is changing. So y'all, here is my favorite trick. Take a lamp without a shade on it, turn it on, and then what you do is you stick that right behind your device, and then you have instant light in your face no matter what the sun is doing or not doing. It's consistent, it's bright, and you look like you're on a TV set. Obviously, you don't want to be backlit either, as you're seeing, so no shooting with the window behind you, but this little light trick is my absolute favorite. And this is, I mean, an El Cheapo lamp. This was all of, you know, $9, $10, and the bulb, but look what the light does to the face. It's quite remarkable.
It looks good, and I know on Amazon, too, these ring lights are getting cheaper and cheaper. There are so many options.
Oh, yes.
So let's talk about the background, Dominique, and this can be kind of awkward, whether it's like kids running through the background or like, oh my gosh, Courtney's, what is that in her living room? It's a mess. I'm kidding. But you say be mindful of what's behind you when you're on these video calls, right?
Yes. Yes, you must. Look, we're still in a business environment, and you want to convey that level of professionalism. So having the kids running around in diapers and screaming behind you isn't going to do it, or the dog chasing its tail, or who knows what's going on. You want the focus to be on you. Anything that's going on behind you is a distraction. So make sure it's clean, neat, tidy. It's representative of how you want to project yourself. Also, a room with depth, I think, is great, as opposed to just a wall behind you, because that way it's a little bit more interesting. It's not so flat. People see you, but they also see a little bit of your environment, and I think there's a level of appreciation for that.
Absolutely, and people want to see what's going on behind you. You know, everybody's creeping the Zoom calls, let's just say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're creeping.
Oh,
So
yes.
give them nothing to creep about.
Right. The other thing is, Dominique, is besides always looking good and being prepared, don't show up in your PJs. Like, put a little lip gloss on, comb your hair, you know, don't wear your pajamas.
Make an effort. Exactly. Don't wear your pajamas. Don't do tank tops or spaghetti straps or whatever. Again, just keep it classy. A simple button-down shirt or a nice collared shirt for a guy. Your makeup doesn't have to be full on like what we're doing right now. It can be a simple makeup application, but again, just look like you made the effort. The hair, you don't want it all matted and piled up. You know, run a brush through it. Really, really basic stuff, but it's amazing the difference between being a little bit polished and a little bit like you rolled out of bed. And what does that convey to the people that you're conferencing with?
Yeah, and don't overdo it on the hair and makeup, right? You don't want to look like you're competing for Miss Texas on your Zoom call. That seems ridiculous.
Thank you. You know, with the red glossy lips and it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
We're just
we
about...
know you're wearing lounge pants underneath, you know what I mean?
It's okay if you got shorts on. Dee, we're just about out of time, but lastly, you just say watch your mouth, because even though for many of us working from home, we feel more comfortable in our environment, you still have to be professional.
Yeah, there's an expression, loose lips sink ships. Be careful. You are still working with colleagues. It is a little bit more natural to kind of loosen those restrictions while you are at home. Just beware of swear words and curse words. You know, don't slip up like that. It's not a way that you want to project yourself in a work environment. So again, you're home, and I know we kind of get stuck in this house mentality, but we really have to just, you know, wipe the slate clean and think, I'm at work, and how would I be conducting myself while I'm at work?
Well, these are all great tips. It's great to see you. We can't wait to see you in person one day, hopefully in this year.
One day, I hope so. And can I just have your tans? That's really what I want in the moment. I want your tans. You guys look amazing.
It's Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer number 4. Find it at a cosmetic counter near you.
Okay.
That's our tip for you.
I'm adding that to my list.
Yes. You can send it. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Great to see you, honey.
And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
We love you too. And for a link to Dominique's YouTube channel, go to our website, click on the Scene on Houston Live section. There's so much great content there. She's a hoot too.
I think that's a first. Dominique asking us for makeup tips?
Somebody record this show.
Thought this day would never come. You saw it here first on Channel 2. All right, after the break, from tumblers to coolers, how you can get your hands on an Igloo prize pack worth more than $400. That's next.
It's now time for our Tip Tuesday with 1 hour air conditioning and heating of Houston. Today we're talking about the benefits of duct sealing.
And of course, ductwork runs through a home and connects its rooms to an air conditioner and heater. But if a duct is leaking, it could cause multiple problems with your HVAC system.
Basically, leaking ducts decrease the amount of airflow into your home, and as a result, it forces the unit to work harder, lowering its lifespan over time.
Which is obviously not good. In addition to energy savings, sealed ducts offer fewer allergens. They keep pests out of ducts, increase indoor air quality, and are a cost-effective alternative to replacing the ductwork completely.
If your ducts aren't sealed properly, it's time to call the duct sealing pros from 1 hour air conditioning and heating.
Their team is ready to come to your home and utilize aerosol, an effective and efficient method of mitigating duct leaks. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit onehourhoustonac.com.
And now it's time for a great giveaway. We've teamed up with Igloo for a very cool contest, and this week we're giving away an Igloo prize pack. Listen to this, valued at more than $400.
It is such a great pack. I wish we were eligible to win, but we're not. But you can. You can enter for your chance to win right now on our website, HoustonLife.tv. All the rules and regulations are posted there, plus a detailed list of what all is included.
And we're going to announce the winner on Thursday's show.
Good luck, everyone. And still ahead, we'll meet electric violinist MARION DUBOSE. He'll share his love for Houston and his passion for music.
But first, a true taste of Greece. See how the local favorite Nico Nikos takes the saying, "It's all Greek to me," to a whole new level.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Houston Live. It's meteorologist Justin Stapleton. Getting a little rumbly out there, especially right here at the station. You can see this big cluster that we were hearing outside of the studio just a bit ago. Unfortunately, we are going to see a lot of this continue on for the rest of this afternoon, especially, I think, if you're south of I-10. We've got an area flood advisory around Lake Jackson that goes until 3 o'clock. So this is all this enhanced tropical moisture that's being aided by being pulled in across much of the area. And we're going to see another round of this, not only this afternoon, but again tomorrow as well. because we've got a little area of low pressure that's kind of developing here. It's not tropical, it's an upper low, so it is just pulling all that moisture onshore, and that's what's going to continue to keep the rumbles around for us. Obviously, if you've not seen any rain today, further up north, it's a little warmer. Got a hot, sticky afternoon, but we should see most of this wind down by the time we get to, let's say, 6, 7 o'clock tonight. We should be A-OK after that. What we're going to be watching for, tropics-wise, is potential tropical cyclone number 9. It will become Tropical Storm Isaias, likely sometime later on this evening or tomorrow. Right now, looks like it's going to work its way towards the Bahamas and not a threat to Texas. We'll keep a certainly close watch on that. Otherwise, stay safe out on the roads this afternoon.
Well, if you're looking to add some international flavor to your quarantine routine, we have got just the ticket. We love to feature local restaurants that highlight dishes and cultures from countries around the world.
And today, Houston Life team members Olivia Kalanick and Paul Shelton are taking us on a trip to Greece in their mini-series, Travel Through Takeout.
Hello, everybody. I'm Paul. I'm a photographer here with Houston Life.
I'm Olivia Kalanick. I'm the associate producer for Houston Life.
We are never in front of the camera.
Who spoiled the surprise?
Paul Shelton.
I knew it. Paul.
But we're both food lovers, is that correct?
I love food.
So we thought we'd do a segment called Travel Through Takeout. Right, Olivia?
Yeah.
Right.
We also like travel.
But we can't travel right now. So we're here today at Nico Nico's.
We're going to meet with Nico Nico's owner, Dimitri Pedakakis, and he's going to kind of introduce us to their dishes and a little bit of Greek culture.
This is the company car here.
Yeah.
It's a McLaren.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll at Houston Life.
Say, like a quintessential dish to represent Greek culture?
All of them do. Of course, the gyros is street food that you can find there. Moussaka, spanakopita, tiropita. People have that for breakfast, lunch, dinner. I go to Greece every summer, so I spend my time there about 1 or 2 months, and I'm really immersed in the culture. It's who I am. And so anytime I go there, I always pick up different things, and I try to bring those ideas back. Everything that we use is the Greek. I mean, we use everything Greek. Greek salt, Greek olive oil, Greek oregano. We have Greek chefs. We have, Greek people that just hang out all day with me.
It's part of the culture. It's just you enjoy life.
This is my entourage.
It's really a great place to work. I feel I have, as I said, a home court advantage because everything is so authentic here. And also, besides exposing people to the food, I feel more than anything I expose them to the Greek culture. Yeah. For many people, we are the only Greek connection they have. So before they travel, before they go to Greece, they come and ask us where to go, what to see, what to do. It's really something more than just the food.
For when they do allow us to travel, where would you recommend people visit in Greece? What would be a good place?
So Athens is one of my favorite cities in the world. So you definitely have to hit Athens. Santorini is one of the most beautiful places you'll see in the world. Mateora is in the mainland, and it's one of the wonders of the world. There's monasteries that are built. I think there's 7 of them that were built up there, and they built them with just a rope and a net.
What are some traditional Greek rituals or customs that you guys have right there?
Hugging, kissing, which Dimitri said nowadays you cannot do that anymore because of the virus. But just the hospitality, just loving people. The Greek word for hospitality, which is philoxenia, is like love for strangers. Like we've never met before, the 2 of you, but we feel like we know you for years. We feel like this familiarity. Yeah. It's something that the culture gives us, and it's really beautiful.
And you bond over food.
Over food, absolutely, and wine, and beer.
And a little bit of wine, yeah.
This is all the to-go stuff that we've ended up with here. We have 3 bags of to-go food. This will keep us busy for the rest of the day. Nico Nico's, thank you so much. That was a blast. The food was delicious. We will be back.
That was so good. They were so nice, and I tried to it was like family. And we learned a lot.
We did learn a lot, yeah. Arrivederci.
It's not great. It's not great.
What a great piece. And it's actually aniotsas. That's goodbye. In Greek.
Sorry, my mouth is full.
I know. We
That
were
was-
snacking the
we were
entire
eating the
time.
entire time. And that was a great story. Nico Nikos, they do such a good job. And because you have some Greek blood in you, I mean,
do.
how authentic is the cuisine?
It is 100% authentic. I mean, Dimitri at the helm, the menu, you know, just a little background for me. My grandmother, my dad's mom, Bessie, is from Athens, outside of Athens. There she is on the left side of the screen there. That's my dad's sister, Aunt Dee, and Uncle Frank, her husband. But she was born in Kamalata and actually came over to the United States with her sisters. I believe that she was 8 or 9 years old when she came over from Greece.
Wow.
Greek Orthodox, and then met my grandfather, Fred Zavala, and she converted from that point forward. But a great cook and made tons of Greek food. But aniosas, that's the only, goodbye, that's it. That's all I know. And opa, that's it.
Even I know that one.
I know, and you've been there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, my mom and I went to Greece in, gosh, 2013, I think. So it's been a while. But that's a photo from Mykonos, and we did spend some time in Athens and checking out the ruins there, the Parthenon. It's just an unforgettable trip for us. It's such a great memory. And growing up, a couple of my best friends were Greek, and so, you know, I could eat Greek food literally probably 3 meals a day.
It's
Greek
fantastic.
and Mexican. Top of my list.
I know, it's great food, and you know, if we can't travel, so Nico Nikos is definitely the next best thing, and you will not leave hungry at all. Dimitri won't let you do that.
That is true. Yeah, you pick up some takeout, crank up the Greek music, and you are good to go. We should point out that Nico Nikos is currently open for dine-in, curbside, and takeout at all 3 of their locations. And we do have a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv, where you can connect with them.
Absolutely, and great job to the team, Olivia and Paul.
Yeah.
They killed it today. It was so awesome.
Yeah, and thanks for lunch, Nico Nikos.
I know, this is delish. Stay tuned for more on our travel through takeout series coming up. We'll be right back.
What a beautiful sound. That's a sneak peek of native Houstonian, recent Baylor grad, and electric violinist MARION DUBOSE.
We're going to hear his latest song in just a bit, but first he's sharing with us how his musical journey began. He's joining us via Zoom here in Houston. Hey, MARION. Thanks. Welcome to Houston Life.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
We're great. Thank you, and congratulations on your recent graduation from college during this crazy time. I'm sure that wasn't an easy... You didn't get to walk or anything, right?
I think I lost connection.
Oh, there you go. I think our connection froze for a minute, but you're back.
Hey, so you're talking Baylor University for graduation?
Right. So you just graduated, but you didn't get a chance to walk, right? I mean, this was such a strange time to graduate.
Yeah, it was with the COVID-19 that everything was a little bit offsetting. But basically, I was able to receive my diploma. I was able to finally graduate and actually build a career for myself, and yeah, I'm back here in Houston, Texas, and trying to work as best as possible.
Business administration was your degree. I know you work for Amazon as an area manager. Congrats on the gig. And let's just talk about this passion of yours, music. It really is incredible what you do, because not only are you so skilled musically, but playing the way you do requires a lot of technical skill as well. So sort of explain to us your process.
Sure, definitely. So I actually have my violin with me right now. So this, as you know, is an electric violin, because typically with a violin, you would think from an orchestra is a little bit more of like an oval and has more of like a echo backing. But this is actually made out of straight titanium and a little bit of aluminum, or just like everything else as well. So yeah, it's basically like, it's an interesting concept because you can like play like different stuff on the looper pedals that I use, and basically I can create my own songs. I can edit like how I actually want to play things and change the sound effects, everything on it. And yeah, it's a passion of mine. I love to do it, and it makes me like happy whenever I'm playing.
This is so incredible, just to get a glimpse into what it's like, what the equipment that you use and the instrument. But this is so crazy. Your sister is the one that taught you how to play violin. How old were you?
Yeah, so I was a little kid. I was probably like maybe starting like 7, 6 years old. And my sister over there on the left side of the picture, she was the one that basically initiated me like how to play the violin. I have my acoustic violin right there as well. And she's basically my inspiration. She's the one that basically taught me how to train with classical music, give me more of like background for how to play with technique, and then led me to starting to play for orchestras like once I got into middle school and high school. And basically she led me to doing what I love to do.
Wait, Marion, is it really true, though, that you actually hated classical music? And initially, when you were playing in the school orchestra, it was not your thing. I mean, at what point, instead of being a chore, did you start really enjoying it?
Yeah, so it was funny. When I started back in like 5th grade going into middle school, I absolutely despised it. Like, I literally just hated like practicing every single day because I don't know if you know, like usually violin players when they first start, they're not that great. They're a little bit like eerie sound. You like say just kind of like, And I don't know, when it came to a lot of classical pieces, like it was very like strenuous for a lot of the teachers that I had for like technique. You had to play this like perfectly. It has to be like in tune. Everything has to have good intonation. Like it was just a stress for me. So growing up, I was just kind of like, not really that fond of it. But it's funny, when I got to like around high school, I saw one other player that is a violin player online, who's Bryson Andres, and he played with the electric violin. So I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I did a little bit more research, and I started to look up some stuff on how to actually play it. And it basically was just like a normal violin. The only thing is, though, I could play with it wirelessly, and I could add like different sound effects to it and basically make songs off of it. A typical like, you know, producer or any type of like artist that likes to use electronic music. So yeah, for me, it was kind of like, this is something I actually enjoy. I'm not like trying to like get stressed out by teachers trying to tell me what to do. And like, you know, it's basically something that like, it was like a passion with me. It was something that was just growing on me, and I was able to learn.
Okay, this story is so amazing, but don't go anywhere, because after the break, you're going to do a special performance for us. We get to hear the electric violin coming up after the break. All right, get it ready.
Welcome back. Before the break, we met this man, 22-year-old electric violinist Marion DUBOSE, who's sharing his passion for music with us today.
And here's a special performance of his song, Visions.
Marion DUBOSE. It is so cool the way you were able to combine these different styles and genres of music. We're tight on time, but just very quickly, I know we mentioned your degree is in business administration. You're working as an area manager for Amazon right now. What are your future plans in terms of your musical career?
Yeah, so basically, you know, I'm here in the Galleria area right now with Houston, Texas, And for me, I want to like have like a tie between like my financial responsibilities with my career with music. And so it would be like a goal to run my financial corporation while also pursuing my music production career. Because at the end of the day, you know, I love to actually write and like play new music and play live for a lot of people, like in venues and stuff. So I'm still pursuing that, as well as basically like a name for myself in the financial corporation. So with Amazon, they're giving me a great opportunity right now. So yeah, I'm trying to do both of things at the same time.
I have a feeling
Great.
we haven't heard the last of you, Marion. And by the way, a happy belated birthday. We understand it was July 23rd, so happy birthday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us here today. And Marion DUBOSE,
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Houston Life, our Travel Through Takeout series continues with an Indian restaurant in the Garden Oaks area called Govinda's, located next to the beautiful ISKCON temple. It strives to immerse guests in the culture through all 5 senses.
It is an amazing restaurant, definitely. Looking forward to that. Also, we're going to get a first look at the new Eastern Glades at Memorial Park, from new walking trails to wetlands. We're going to explore 100 acres of nature without leaving the city. This new part of Memorial Park opens later this week, and our Lauren Kelly has a preview of what visitors can expect to see. It looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Brandon and I are already planning to go. It's on our list.
Absolutely. Well, fun show today on this Tuesday.
It was fun. Great to see you all. We'll see you back tomorrow.